What's up, everyone? Been a while. Been a while since I've been on YouTube. Uh, Especially on this channel. I think the last upload was back in 2013. I think I was playing Minecraft or something, dude. Oh, awful. Awful. It's really cringeworthy, though. I like the idea I was going for, but, just something to think about. Zach texted me a picture. So I kind of wanted to give you an update almost of what my life is now opposed to, I guess 2013. Because I want to start uploading more, onto this channel. So this video is probably going to be pretty poorly edited. I'm really not worried about it since we're not talking about anything other than this. There's going to be a couple, cuts, but it is what it is. So right now I'm in my truck in Burke's parking lot. It's like 7:20 something. So back whenever I uploaded those videos, I was living with my parents. 2013, I was 16 years old, I think it was 16, maybe 15, going to 16. I think that's what it was. So since then, I graduated high school, played varsity tennis with Carson, JV tennis with Carson, one of my friends. And at the time of those videos, I think I was JV, whenever I uploaded those, so that's kind of cool. Definitely matured a lot more, still play Minecraft all the time with my wife. So it's one of those only games that are 2-player, and like I don't want to have her sitting there not doing anything, because it gets really, really boring, because I do get into games and I stop talking. I don't know what it is. I'll talk to myself all day long, but I turn on that Xbox and it's like I just get so immersed into it that I don't know what's going on around me. You could talk to me and I would have no idea who you were. Which is great. I am married now. My wife is Amber, and we have a son. He's 9 months old. His name is Asher. Blessing, best kid you could ever think of. And I'm sure all parents say that, but he really is. I mean, he's fantastic, and I feel like that's what we've been waiting for. So I worked at Outlaws for a while, and I left that in the worst way possible, which I completely regret now. I don't know why I left the way I did, that's a completely different conversation, but I was pretty awful about it. I don't think they deserved it. I think it was more of like adrenaline from being like, okay, I got my last paycheck. These are the best circumstances that could have happened for me to get my paycheck and just walk out the door, which is what happened. I literally got my paycheck. My boss left with his wife, and shortly after I left, before they got back. But definitely regret that. I'll never do that again. So I can't even go back there, even for food. Like, I miss me some barbecue. After that, me and my wife moved a little bit outside of the city and stayed there for about 6 months. I started working at a chicken processing plant. I was cutting chicken all day long, which is what Amber does right now. She still does that, and she's wanting to get out of it and do something else, but for the meantime, it's what she's got. So and she's pretty good at it too. She just got certified last weekend, so, which is great. It's good things are happening. So I worked at the chicken plant for about 3 months. It was 90 days. I was 90 days in. I think at that 90 days, my sister had been talking to me about coming up to her job and applying for a receptionist position at an insurance agency. And I thought, yeah, that beats cutting chickens, so okay. And I went through 3 different interviews. 2 interviews were with my current, one of my current bosses. She's super nice, super great. And then I went through a panel interview, and if you don't know what that is, it's like you sit down with 6 other people, and you pretty much go through the interview process completely. And, they asked me things like just normal interview stuff, pretty much. And it was just asked by a lot of people. And they all had their, their questions and their input to what I said and everything. Like, it was a big thing. But shortly after that, about a week after, I got the call saying, "Hey, you're good to go." So I left Pilgrims and went to work at this agency, and it's fantastic. Since then, that was back in 2017 in November, on the 13th it started. So we're in past a year now, because it's December 13th, so we're a year and a month. In that time, I feel like I did a pretty great job at receptionist. I definitely answered phones, so couldn't mess it up. I am licensed for the state of Texas to sell insurance, and I'm working on getting us some designations to go under my belt. I've got great mentors. Everybody there is fantastic. I got licensed as a receptionist and did personal lines for a little bit, but was never given a position in personal lines. I was still receptionist. And then I went to commercial transportation, 18-wheelers, big trucks and trailers and stuff like that for companies. And I do non-fleet, which is, depending on the company, insurance company, non-fleet's like 9 trucks and less. I think 10 or more is fleet. So, but that's what's going on right now. Zach came over yesterday, one of my buddies from high school. Stayed in touch with him, tried to at least, and the one that texted me, talking about, I want to go camping. Been looking up a lot of stuff online, and feels like it'd be a good time to get with the boys and kind of figure out what we're gonna do. Because I haven't seen him in a long time. I got a wife and kid now. I got a family. I gotta provide for and whatnot. And I don't want to leave her at. I don't want to leave her at home by herself. So that's what we've been doing. We've just been chilling at the house. Everything's kind of falling into place. We're getting ready to move. Coming up here soon, within the next couple weeks at least. So that's a big deal. That's coming up soon. Too soon. We all got sick last week. Amber's been sick for over a month now, just like a sinus infection. And I mean, I kid you not. My wife called it a man cold, but man, I tell you what, that stuff gets to me. I usually don't get sick all too often, and when I do, it gets bad. I don't know if I baby it up a bit, maybe, but I mean, it sucked. Regardless, it sucked being sick, and so I feel bad for her because she's been sick for over a month with the same symptoms, just keeps coming back. So we're gonna go to the doctor for her, but we're getting ready to move, and it's kind of the worst time possible. Like, we're so ready to leave because our neighbors were super loud, and we found a duplex that we're looking at, and we got accepted. So we're gonna go ahead and move everything pretty close to Christmas. Like, I think the weekend before, hopefully, not the weekend of. I don't want to do that. And if I had to take off a couple days, I will, but don't want to do it the weekend of. Definitely not, especially since Zach's helping me. I don't want to put him through that, So that's what's going on right now. So all the house is boxed up. There's pretty much nothing on the wall except for the TVs that I mounted with the wall mounts. Those are the only things on the walls. So yeah, pretty empty in there. We loaned a friend some stuff that we have to get back, I think. So that's all gonna have to be put up. There's like a table, a TV, a DVD player, stuff like that, pots and pans that she can keep. But that's what's going on right now. So, but this camping thing is supposedly gonna happen. I really don't want to do it anytime this month and anytime next month. So we're looking at February. February's pretty cold, which I think would be great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be challenging, but that gives us time to prepare ourselves mentally and, figure out what we're going to do, to work out some game plans of what we're trying to do. We kind of like bushcraft a little bit, but we just still got to work out some stuff regarding what kind of gear we're going to bring, what all we're going to bring, how much we're going to bring, whether or not we're going to bring food or not, which we probably will. I mean, it sucks, but we probably will. So that's just where we're at right now. Definitely. It's been awesome talking to you guys. Awesome talking to you guys. I really miss doing YouTube videos. I had a channel, another one that I uploaded this year about 10 months ago, of a bunch of me and my friends playing Xbox. But other than that, I talked about money management, talked about some serial killers, talked about some scary creatures and stuff like that was on there, which is great and all. I had a lot of fun with it. Definitely got the most views. I think it was like 187. I was just mind blown at how much it got. I was checking every hour. I was like, oh, another view. Peasant life. So that's what's going on though. I really want to get back and, I may do, personal vlogs in the morning. Cause I don't do anything till like 8. So, and I'm up. This morning I got up at 5 with the baby. He's in there coughing. I felt so bad for him because he's been sick. So it's like the worst fear when you're a parent is your baby being sick and it still congested. Sorry. It's like the worst fear. You don't really think about it till it actually happens, or before you're a parent, it's not really a big thing to you. But when it does happen, you feel so helpless because you can't tell you what's going on, what hurts and whatnot, especially when they're young, super young. So, it sucks. I don't want my little man hurting or anything like that. So, but hopefully he gets to feeling better. We are going to the doctor on Saturday. And then I think we're going to Buffalo Wild Wings. Thank you, Laura, for giving me that certificate. We're going to go eat Buffalo Wild Wings, maybe visit my sister and her husband in Longview. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I really like the idea of a personal vlog. My life's not all too interesting, but I do have all stuff, I can talk for days. And I think I'm going to follow through with the camping wise, how to tie certain knots. I know Carson is really good at tying knots, and I told Zach this yesterday. He came over last night, and I was like, that's the only reason we're bringing him is because he knows how to tie a lot of knots. So I think it'd be good to self-educate myself in that, that way I have some kind of understanding, and why not do it on video? That way y'all can learn too. You know what I mean? Definitely got to go get some gear. Not a lot of places around Mount Pleasant to get camping gear. It's like Walmart and nah, I don't really want to do that. I think I'm going to bring a saw though. So I am going to go to Lowe's and Home Depot to see if I can't get me a breakdown handsaw. See if I can't get one of those. I feel like that'd be super cool. I do have to get a knife Mine's packed up somewhere, so I'm going to have to get a new one. Depending on whether or not all that's unpacked by February, I don't know, but it is what it is, you know. But I'll keep you updated. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, good talking to you. Bye-bye now.